Alright, hello everyone. It is yours truly, the gentleman himself, Juso. And welcome to today's therapy session. I'm just joking. I really don't know the point of this video. This will be just like a raw, unedited Isaac video. Why? You might be asking. Well, that's a little bit of the two items back to back. That's pretty rare. This is a bit of an just idea I had today. So first of all, I just want to put it out there. If you don't like talking about heavier topics, then this video is just not for you. Please just leave this video immediately. Don't even bother watching it if that's not your thing, because I don't want people complaining about it. So if this is not your thing, then just go watch something else and enjoy your time with that other content that you will be watching instead of this. So, today I just want to kinda... well, 3 items in a row. So, today's video is a bit interesting because I'm using this as a moment to talk about my life, really, and also loser on, because of the bomb bounce back. Oh well, it doesn't matter. No, we show our fuck-ups. I don't really mind. Yeah, I wanna like just take a moment to talk about stuff. And first of all, I just want to put it out there. I'm not depressed. I don't think I am depressed. But that's unusual. That's the usual way of feeling things when you're when you're feeling down. Is that you feel like you're not something that you are. So I wanna just put that out there immediately. I don't think I am. It could be possible. And now we can actually get into the main point of things, which is a lot of people don't know. I'm very closed off with about my feelings, about my mental issues, about everything that goes on in my life. I am very closed off as a person when it comes to this information. And I wanna open up the bag a little bit with you guys to really talk about things, and I want to talk about the feeling of feeling lost in things. It might not sound that heavy of a topic, but it definitely can be under the right circumstances, that is, depending on how you define feeling lost, right? So it's like, well, let's just say, like, having feelings but you don't understand them fully. That's also sucks. I can get that. But yeah, it's like you're having feelings and you can't fully grasp on them, and you don't understand what's going on in your own head, and it's all just a bunch of confusing baloney that's distracting you and making you feel weird, giving you anxiety, and all of the bad things that you really wouldn't want to feel in life. So, if there's anyone out there who feels even somewhat related, then I'm happy for you, because I mean, as I said, I don't talk about this stuff. I keep it very personal about how my life is and everything, because I never want to worry everyone else with my own brain. As I think a lot of people do. But you get my point. It's a weird feeling of like feeling like you have a static noise in your brain constantly playing and messing around with you because you can't fully grasp the feeling that you're like having, right? So it's an interesting feeling to think about, as like confused and thinking like, what's happening to me, what's wrong with me. And a lot of things tend to rush through that type of people's minds. At least that's how it is with me. I have a lot of these feelings. They're very distracting and they take a lot of my brain just think about like what's happening with me. Right? So it's like it puts you into this weird limbo of a feeling that you're like actively worrying about what's wrong and why is it getting worse, and then it just like ramps up and up and up until it eventually just clouds your mind completely, and you're just thinking to yourself like, why is this happening to me? Why do I have to be the one to suffer through these types of emotions and feelings? And I get that. No one wants to feel this way. It's a thing I wouldn't even want to put on my worst enemy in life. To have this feeling of like loss. Not feeling of loss, but feeling that you can't grasp yourself. I think that's the best way for me to put it. With how specific the feeling is. It's like you cannot understand even yourself, like what's going on in your own head and those kind of things, but like at the same time it's very interesting to think about and try to imagine all the possibilities of what could be going inside of your head if you could actually like listen and see what thoughts you have going on. I might just die here actually. Oh god. Lord. Yeah, I gotta stop my train of thought before I die here. Yeah, it's like... it's an interesting feeling to have, to just think about it and sit down and try to relax, and then eventually just bombards you with the worst feeling ever of just like thinking. You know, thinking can be very scary, very terrifying, spooky. And to me, I find this... I know some people really don't care about this type of content and me talking about life. A lot of people exist who are there for the quick fix of some type of content to watch and then leave. Which I get, aren't we all a little bit silly in our own ways? And even I do that. very heavily ignore everyone else that makes content like this on YouTube, unless it's like a YouTuber that I genuinely spend a lot of time watching. Like if I see some random guy upload a video talking about the oh so deep mysteries of life, then obviously I don't really care about that. Unless I'm like actually intrigued in the subject myself fully, but I am, well, as much as I can talk about it and as much as I know about it, I'm not really one to watch this stuff. I'm really not. And I find it fascinating with how I work, thinking about like how I speak about this stuff so properly, so clearly, and have clear intentions of what I'm trying to explain, and say the words that come to my head about the subject that I'm talking about, and that's what I find so fascinating, because I can ignore it so much. But at the same time, I also know about the subject a lot. Which I find so interesting in its own way, because I don't think a lot of people have that feeling. You know? Of like being able to talk about life problems and depression so much while actively not watching anything or looking up anything, and they're just living their life. But like at the same time, like the more I speak about it in that way, and the more you think about it, like, I don't watch this stuff. I have never done this stuff. I've spoken about my mental issues every now and then on this channel, because I want to be as clear of a person as I can be with you guys in the way that I still find comfortable, right? And I think you guys can understand that. Like, I don't want to go overboard just to explain to you guys what I have as problems in my life. I don't want to do that. You know? I just find that somewhat weird to do, I guess. Like, I guess you guys can understand a bit where I'm trying to come from with this thought of like, well, I mean, this guy does this stuff and this guy does this stuff, you know, and you can talk about this thing and I can talk about that thing, and we're all different in our own ways. You get me? You might not. I tend to not make too much sense when I'm trying to actually think and explain a lot of things, especially when I'm just having a grand old time playing a game that I enjoy. So, you know. But it's interesting. Depression is interesting. Mental health issues are interesting. Life on its own is interesting. The main thing that I've ever learned of after like me having depression is that you really stop caring about everything that's going on around you. Like, as much as people joke about it, it is an actual thing that just happens. Like, oh, mini wash? Perfect. Yeah, it's like you just lose that sense of like interest and care about like everything that's going on around you. Like, you learn to respect and understand the little things you have in life, such as, I don't know, like games, the outside, music, drawing, writing, whatever you do on your free time. You start to appreciate the smaller things in life so much more once you have that depressing episode of your own. And I've always wondered why that is. Like, it's fascinating because, okay, now I know I use the word fascinating a lot, but I really can't put it in any other word than that, because it's so interesting as a topic on its own to just think about, like, why do people start appreciating everything so much more after they've suffered in some certain way? Like, why do we do that? Like, has that ever been investigated, studied, anything like that? Like, has that ever been done? Or do people just not care about that? And that would be understandable, because we care about everything else so much more, and we obviously have actual more important things to learn about in life and study and everything like that. We have a lot more important things to do than to think about, oh, why does this person start to think about life more deeply? You know, like, I don't think people are too invested in that when compared to everything else that's going on around, such as, like, the nature, or I don't know where I'm going with this. Just yapping. Do you get my point? Like, I've never looked it up actually if anyone's ever investigated on it or studied about it, because to me it feels like such a niche topic for people to think about. You know? Well, let me actually increase my game audio a bit for you guys, excuse me. It seems like it's a little bit too low. But yeah, you know, it's curious, because, you know what, I should honestly look into it just to see if it's an actual thing that people have studied. Because the more I'm, like, starting to think about it, the more I really badly want to just check it out right now. But I will restrain myself. I will hold on, and I will share my thoughts eventually after this has been done. So, you might be asking me, let's get the main thing out of the way. Yuzo, why are you even making this video? And did that answer? I don't know. The only idea behind this video was that I was playing with a friend and I started feeling weird. Like, I started feeling depressed, I started feeling sad out of nowhere, and I felt like I just didn't want to bother them anymore, and I wanted to have some alone time to try to collect my thoughts and relax and take it easy, you know. I wanted to do that. So he started feeling guilty about the fact, even though I told him that nothing about it is his fault. It's just that even I don't know what it is. And that's the reason why, well, that's at least one of the reasons why I'm even making this video, because it's so interesting to me that even I can't fathom what's going on in my own head, and it's it's a weird topic. You know, that's the reason in the first place why I started with talking about I started talking about depression and the feeling of feeling lost and everything like that. I did it with a reason, and that was the reason. Me having this feeling myself is the reason that I wanna talk about it. Because I don't see a lot of others talking about it. I really don't. Well, obviously the main reason behind people not really talking about it too much is that a lot of big YouTubers don't tend to talk about mental illnesses and depression and everything. Unless their like channel is about a lot of positivity, you know, then they might do it. So it's like, it's interesting. People don't talk about it too much. Yet here I am, sitting on my ass and talking about it because I find the topic interesting enough for me to try to share you guys some information about this specific feeling. Now, first of all, the feeling can be weird. I can say that definitely, because I mean, you get confused, right? It's like you don't know how you're feeling. People ask you, "Are you okay?" You say, "Oh, I don't know." And some people could get mad about that you said that, and that is mega mush. But yeah, some people can get mad at you for that you're saying that you don't know what. It's like they ask you, like, "How are you feeling?" You say, "I don't know," and then they're like, "Why don't you know?" And then you're like, "Well, I can't tell you. I wish I knew also, but I do not. I do not know." So it's like the people are curious on what's going on, but even you can't answer them. And then when they eventually get angry about you saying that you do not know why this is happening, they'll get very confused. At least some people might get very confused, and then they'll start questioning like more and more and more about it, and you're like, can you please, like, can you please stop? Like, it would be so much better if you didn't. Because a lot of people don't understand, and especially people who struggle, they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to draw attention too much, and they just want to be left in their own little world, such as I do. You know, there's a reason why I don't bring too much personal info out to the world, and that is exactly because of this. I am not a guy who likes to share too many details. I'm not a guy who likes like big audiences about when I talk about issues. I don't want people being like, yeah, I believe in you, you got it, you can do it, you can manage, I've been there, I've made it through, you can make it through too. I don't want people like that. I don't want to sound rude, but I really hate when people are like I get they want to support you, right? I get it. They want to support you. They want to be the best they can for you. by saying like, yeah, I've been there and I know it's difficult, but you can do it and I believe in you, bro. And at the same time, they really don't understand that everyone's issues that they share with or talk about people, or what am I saying? That they share or talk to about to different people. It's not the same issues that they faced when they were struggling. Everyone has their own struggles. No one's is the same. It will be rare to have the same issues mentally as some other person would. Because that's not a thing that really happens. So it's very annoying, especially to me, when people are like trying to relate too much. And it almost just comes as an kind of like a show-off moment almost. It's almost sounds like they're trying to be a jerk on purpose towards you. Being like, yeah dude, I made it and I know you can do it. Like, I know you can too, dude, come on. Like, it's difficult, but I know you got it in you. It's like, they don't understand that I'm not them. I'm not the same person as they are. I'm completely different. I have completely different interests, I have completely different ways of handling my life, I have completely different ways of doing things in life. And I know that I can say that I am slightly a person like that. I'm not saying that I'm perfect either. Because I can be that type of person also. I'm not saying that I do like what I just explained, being like, yeah, I made it too, you can too do it, it's not difficult, it's difficult, you can do it, dude, I made it through, you can too. But usually my way of dealing with life issues and depression and trying to like talk to people about it is that I very heavily just listen. If you wanna be a good helper for some people who struggle with depression, just being there and being a shoulder for them to rely on and like take some sort of safety towards, then that is a good way of helping. Always. You don't have to speak all high and mighty to them for them to understand what you're trying to tell them and what you're trying to say to them. You just have to be there for them. It can be difficult, especially if you're like somewhat clueless on how they are and how to approach them. And it, like, obviously it varies from person to person. It's just a skill you eventually learn to see how to treat others around you. And, you know, it gets a long way, especially with mental issues, knowing how to treat a specific person and how not to do that. It goes a very, very, very long way. So always keep that in mind. What I'm saying here might not be the thing you need. You have to yourself understand and learn, but you also have to just, well, be there. You know, you have to be around them, you know, be supportive. You know, spend some time with them, talk with them, have a good time. But there's nothing wrong with spending time with others. As much as people sometimes hate it. You can really have a great time. Even I can. I know you can too. No, you just need the right people to be with. Oh, it's funny enough, this talk has officially derailed from talking about depression, mental issues and everything to friendships and how to spend time with people, and I know it can be confusing. It can be very confusing on how I do things. Like, at one moment I talk about mental problems, and another moment I talk about life issues, and another moment I talk about this and that, and this and that. You know, I'm gonna take Hourglass, and we're gonna save Genesis for last, I think, and we're gonna use it eventually. Get a few more items and then use Genesis, I think. It could be funny. But yeah, it's like, I really don't get the point of this video, guys. Like, I have to be dead honest with you. I really don't get it. I don't get what I'm trying to do. I don't get what I'm trying to say. I'm just putting my brain into somewhere. The best way for me to do things is to talk about things, but sometimes talking about things can just be difficult. Like I explained with my friend on how I told them that, hey, I think it's for the best if I go and I just take some time. Like I told him that I just think it's for the better if right now I just take my own time, do things my own speed, and then we can spend time later on, you know. Anyways, let's Genesis. Let's Genesis Funk. Oh. If I died there, that would have been so stupid. Okay, let's stop the mental talk for a bit and just focus on what we have from Genesis. Oh. Oh, we can open make a Satan room with Mr. Me, actually. Yeah, I'll take that. School bag, yeah, that's pretty good. Dead onion, yeah. Bone spurs, sure. Habit, box of friends. Magic fingers, sure, why not? Red stew, sure, I guess. Metronome, really. Binky, that's a good item, I like it. Steam sale, doesn't really matter anymore. Red candle, sure, we can take that. The wire coat, maybe the car battery. Blue candle, I guess. The peeper. Sharp block, I don't know. Light. Nancy bombs. The pact, of course, thank you. E8, I am actually kind of curious on that, but let's take a little portal. I don't want to waste, I don't want to get rid of these two items that I have right now. Take some conjoined progress again. Tough lava, I'll take that. And sad onion, well, we really didn't have too many items to choose from now, did we? So, if I do that, we have Megastan, and now, because we have Megastan open, I'm gonna take Hourglass, so we can keep that instead with us. Let's just, well, let's just see how good this build is, you know. Oh! Well, that is some hefty damage, but our range is so ass. Like our range is really ass. I don't know how I feel about 9 range. I mean, it's not It's not horrible, it's just bad, it's not horrible. Know the difference. Because our damage is crazy good. Like, our damage is insane. I mean, we can see our damage here because Blue Baby has boss armor, I think. I think he did at least. So now we can actually see our damage. Unless I die here, which is highly possible and highly likely. So I'm gonna hourglass this just in case. Honestly, I don't even know what I should title this video. Should I just title it like Isaac and Talking? Should I do that? Oh well, I don't know. Let's go full clear and then I'm gonna end the recording there. I don't think we're gonna go... I mean, I know I opened Mega Satan, but I don't think I'm gonna go actually do it. I kind of feel like just uploading this and then going to bed. You know. I'm just that type of guy. I feel like just going to bed, laying down and going to bed. Now, well, before this recording session ends, I wanna just put it out there that to the new people who might stumble upon this video and listen to it actually full way through. I appreciate it. First of all, I really appreciate you actually listening to me yapping. And second of all, don't be surprised of this type of content and if I made 0 sense throughout this entire video, because that's normal. Me making 0 sense is very normal. You shouldn't worry about it. I always make no sense when I talk. But anyways, this has been a 40-minute recording. I'm gonna upload this. I'm going to bed. This was just a yapping session. This was a way for me to get my brain a bit more cleared. I don't even know why I upload these. I just upload them for the fun of it, you know? And well, I don't know. Excuse my yawn. I am genuinely tired. But, you know, I just want to thank everyone for watching these, following my journey, and if the, like, as I said, a lot of people are for Ultra Kill. A lot of people truly are for Ultra Kill. Which I understand. But if you watch this, and if you enjoy it, then... well, I mean, please do tell me if you enjoyed me just talking about whatever my head has going on. I'll do it again. Even if you don't like it, I'll keep doing it. It's a thing I like, so why should I stop? And I'm too lazy to make a separate channel completely for just me sharing my mind out, so why should I do that? Anyways, my tired ass is uploading this and going to bed. Good night everyone, take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow for Ultra Kill. For Ultra Kill. Was choked on my own saliva so I couldn't get my word out. But yes, Ultra Kill tomorrow. Then I don't know. Something. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you all later. Bye bye.